What's going on, guys? I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about um patience. You see, patience it's really tricky. I personally I am an impatient person. Um ask my mom, ask my mom and she'll know that I'm an impatient person. I'm probably one of the most impatient people I know. But I just wanted to tell you not about me being patient, but the importance of being patient. Okay, and the reason why being patient is important, and this is something that I've tried and tried and tried again. Um, I really strive to be I really strive to be a patient person, but it's a little hard, but the reason why it's important is because people who wait and people who hold on, they are usually the people that are more successful, right? Now, there's a little test of where there's the most famous example of this I think is called the marshmallows experiment, where one person is pretty much the gatekeeper, and the person asks a young boy or girl if they want one marshmallow right now, or if they wait like 5 minutes or something, they get two marshmallows. Okay, here's the thing. And I think they're actually still studying this. I first heard about this study and experiment actually on Sesame Street, like probably like when I was like 5, probably even beforehand. I was living at my other place before I was 5 years old, but I've lived here pretty much my entire life. But I did want to say that um, that was they're still doing this study, and they're finding out, as time goes by, that these people who choose two marshmallows after 5 minutes, being patient for more, are way more successful than the people that want the one marshmallow right now in finance and their self care and mental health, and so on and so forth. Now, yes, that's just we're just talking about marshmallows, but it applies like so much other places, right? So like if we like let's say a really famous example is like the stock market. If you hold on to a certain stock, granted that it's going to go up in price. If you hold on to one of them and it keeps going and going and going up, like if you put $5 into a certain stock and you wait 20 years for it, it's gonna grow to probably $100, $200 or whatever. It may not seem much, but that return that you get, it was because that you were patient, right? Now if you put in that $5 in and you wait about maybe 2 years, and it only grows $10 or so, your net profit is going to be a lot less because you decided that you were impatient and that you weren't seeing the success right away, and rather than if you were to put $5 and wait for more longer, right? And so I've had a really hard time with that. I think that in my own personal opinion, I think I or not my own personal opinion, but my own personal experience, I've had a lot of trouble with this. Um, I did try to start a clothing store not even too long ago. I think it was like back in October, but I was trying to figure it out. I didn't know how to do anything. I didn't have the correct equipment, and then a certain flu. I don't want to say it, but a certain flu from a specific country. If you guys are watching this, if you guys are watching this around the same time that it's happening, it's still happening. So I think you understand what I'm trying to say. But there's a certain flu from a certain country that prevented me from, getting a deal, and is really preventing me from getting products. And so I was really discouraged and everything. So I just kind of gave it up. Maybe I'll pick it up one of these days. But the thing is that I gave up pretty quickly. Um, and I'm just the kind of person to where, like, it depends on how passionate I am. If I am really, I think at the time I was just, I don't really know a whole lot about the clothing industry. I know maybe one person, and even then, I don't really know that person that well who started a clothing business. But like, I think it's just really hard to, for me personally, to invest my time into something that maybe I'm not entirely passionate about. You know, Maybe I'll pick it up again. We'll see. But I think that depending on how passionate you are on something, you're gonna make it. If you just devote your time and your patience to it, right? So if you're talking about making a movie, right? So I had a friend. He's not really a friend. I know of him. I think we only spoke like a couple times, but he made this really to my understanding. I haven't watched it, but he to my understanding he made a really great short film. It was called Jory. Okay, and Caleb, probably you're probably not even watching this right now, but Caleb, if you're watching this, there's a lot of people that root for you anyways. But you know what? I'm gonna do great things in life. But he made this film called Jory, and I was talking to the cinematographer of that film, and they said that they spent 4 months in pre-production, and they spent like 4 days in production, and so it just took them a couple days to film, right? So so depending on how much time you invest, it's gonna really pay off. And this guy won awards. This guy had his film. I think he was in southern Los Angeles. He had his film screened there. They raised a ton of money, by the way. He was also on NBC and whatnot. But it's all because he was really passionate about it. The story the story that he wrote, or I'm sorry, I don't want to misconstrue the production crew, but to my understanding, it was a different person who wrote the story. Um, but Caleb or anybody who was involved in that project, if you guys want, go ahead and comment to the real production crew so I don't misinform the audience. But to my understanding, it was written by a different person. This story was just so good, and everybody involved was really passionate about the story and passionate about involving themselves in the story. So it all pays off. It all pays off with just enough passion, right? So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to say. I hope you guys have a great, phenomenal, and amazing day, and you guys have a great one.